Howdy y'all, this is Manuel Manolo Luna. Welcome back to MoonTalks. For this occasion, I'm here with Carlos Ricardo Ramirez, aka RickyRam. How are you today, brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Thank you for asking. So, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks, man. Thanks. All right, so let's start. I have some notes here. Tell something about you to the people that is listening to us.
All right. Well, my name is Carlos Ricardo Ramirez. I have to say.
I'm sorry. I said it.
No, you said it correct.
I said it correct.
Yeah, you said it correct.
All right.
So I have to say it like that because mom will get upset. I go by RickyRam. RickyRam is the name of my band. We're known as a RickyRam band. I'm 21 for my last day today. I guess tomorrow I turn 22.
Oh shit! Happy birthday, bro!
Thank you. I come from a family of 8 total. I'm the second youngest, and music has always been around us. And I want to say that we learned all we know from mom, and it's great to have that gift when you have it passed down from your mom or from your family. When it runs in the blood, it's just real cool.
That's great, man. That's great. So the next question that I have for you: why RickyRam? It's your name, and I know, but how you made everybody accept the name for the band?
It was really tough. It was really tough. When I first started to gig, I was working with an insurance company, and out of nowhere I got a random phone call from a random number, and they asked if I wanted to play at their venue. They have a nice food truck park that's on San Bernardo, Frontera Beer Garden.
Uh-huh.
And I said sure. I haven't done this just by myself.
Sure. And
I ended up playing for the first time alone, and needless to say, I did an okay show. Nothing prepared. Just wing it. Whatever's on my phone, just read, sing,
sure.
And just go ahead and go through it. It was then that I knew if I wanted to do this often, I need to have, a group of boys with me. So I ended up reaching out to a couple friends of mine. So far, I only have one drummer. So I asked him if he wanted to come over with me, and he said sure. And I said, hey, sometimes we get paid, sometimes we don't. It's just, it is what it is.
It's about the music,
As long as I get to play.
Yeah, of course.
So we ended up playing it, and from there, we're just, like the way we say it, estaba agarrando vuelo. We were just picking up. At the time, my brother, he was in Ohio, I believe. If not, he was either in Ohio or Chicago. He was out of the state.
Yeah.
And when he came back, he wanted to be part of it because my brother and I, we would go live on Facebook and we'd just jam.
Yeah.
So when he was out, we were at this awesome restaurant here in Laredo called Ringo's Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And Ringo was real cool with us, and he knows my brother. My brother did the logo for Ringo's, and it was then and there when we got invited. We celebrated at Ringo's. We got invited to do our first Jamboozy in Laredo. That was about almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
And we got invited, and the big question came up. Hey, what do we call ourselves? So we were coming up with different ideas and things of that nature, and it was my drummer who said, well, why don't we just call it like the Ricky Ramirez Band? And then I said, you're onto something. It sounds kind of cool, but Ramirez doesn't stick. It doesn't stick to a country band. And I remembered right then and there my cross-country coach from high school, what he would call me. Then he would be like, all right, Ram, all right, Ricky Ram. And he would just always call me Ricky Ram.
Ram.
So it was Ram, it was Ricky Ram. And that was his way of calling, my attention. So I said, what about Ricky Ram Band? And, his eyes just blew up like, that's it, That's the one. Because I was thinking somewhere around the lines, I have a buddy of mine who had a band back in the day, 3 years ago, and they were a country band in Laredo. They were called the Redstones Band.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of that approach, something that's just neutral, doesn't have our name, something just like a red stone. It's like nothing important to it, but there's a story behind it. So
Yeah,
we're trying
something
to find
that
a
people
story.
can remember also.
Mhm.
Something easy, something catchy.
Yeah, and we just decided RickyRam Band. My brother wasn't too happy with it at first.
Of course not.
But he came to terms with it. He liked the catchiness to it, and when we came up with the name, right then and there, my oldest brother, he's our graphic designer. He's an amazing artist. Sketch
That's
83,
awesome.
shout out to him, and he created the design right then and there, and we saw it, and it was perfect. There was no words to describe. Once we saw it, it was like, that's perfect.
There was no error with the name, with the logo, anything.
It was just right. It was like it was meant to be.
Yes.
So
yes.
when we saw it, it's like, all right, let's just roll with it. And from there on, we just roll with it.
Yeah, it's like a lot of bands just go with it, like go with the flow. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and everything just like when you just go in, when you go with the flow, everything feels good.
Yeah.
Everything goes right. So I mean, when something is really like it's gonna be great in the future, it starts good since the beginning. Even if it's kind of hard, it starts good.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. There was just so much excitement around that time, and even to this day, we have new challenges, we have new adversities, but we also have new excitement, new joys, and new accomplishments. That's just it's part of the journey.
Yes,
and when you
of
look
course.
back at when you started, it's just like we've gotten this far.
Mhm.
And it might not be much to most, or to many, or to some. Everyone has a different approach and their different views on it.
Yes.
But one thing's for sure, we are a lot better than where we were, and we just thank the hustle for it. We just thank the journey for it, because all the good and all the ugly, there's a reason to it.
Of
So it's
course.
just and one of the good and ugly was the name.
Yeah.
What we're gonna call ourselves. But it's served a good life so far, and we're sticking to it.
So RickyRam, that's how they're born.
Yeah.
That's nice. I was gonna ask you how it started, but you already answered that one with the story, so that's great. One step ahead, man.
Yeah.
Why country? Like, I mean, there's lots of genres of music. Why country? I mean, here in Laredo, there's no, even if it's Texas, there's not too much people that play country.
Yeah.
But what told you, like, I'll go for country? Like, why? Like, I mean, maybe because you listen to it through your life, but I mean, I don't know if I explain myself. Yeah. Go for it.
It's a funny story. I tell you that much. It's a funny story. I started singing when I was in the 4th grade, and this was around 2008. So 2008, around this time, Mom got diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. And one of the things that I would do to help her, to have her forget about what's going on in her life, and just to give her an escape.
Yeah, some
was-
enjoyness, like, yes.
Some excitement, some just memories. I would dance to her. I would dance and I would sing at the same time. I didn't want to sing, but she said sing. And when Mama tells you to do something, you do it.
You gotta do it, man.
And I was really big and a huge fan of Michael Jackson.
Of course.
Of Michael Jackson. It was, my voice was there, pre-puberty, so it was just perfect pitch, and I was learning how to do the moonwalk. I was doing all these dance moves.
And as you can see, I'm a fan of Elvis.
And it reminded me of Michael because of the history with Elvis and Michael. They're both kings of their genres.
Yes, and just a fun fact, Michael Jackson married Elvis' daughter.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, they had a beautiful relationship, and I came to an end, but nonetheless, it was a beautiful relationship. And I was singing Michael Jackson, and I would always sing the song "The Way You Make Me Feel,"
The way you making me feel.
That's
I
right.
love that song.
It was really catchy, and I would sing it to my mom, and I would dance. And that's when my mom realized, my mom as a musician sees me, hears me for the first time and says, okay, he can sing. So I just started singing, you know, like there's something there. So I started singing it and singing it, and it wasn't until middle school where I sang a Michael Jackson song. No, correction. I sang a Bruno Mars song.
Okay.
And I sang it to a group of girls because, you know, that's the thing you do when you're
a teenage kid. Of course, oh, man, yes.
And this girl that I really liked her. And I guess she liked me back because of what she told me next. When I finished the song, she was like, I love that song, you know. and this is where I knew she did not know this song. She goes, is that country? And I was like,
shit. What song was it? What song was it?
It was Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Clearly, it wasn't country, but it was, you know.
But your tune kind of went
my tone had already dropped. My voice was changing.
Yeah.
And, you know, this girl, you're amazing. So she asked me what song it was, and I said, well, it was, you know, Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. And she asked me, is it country? But, you know, by then my voice has dropped, and well, there's really not much you can do at that point. You can't really sing those high notes anymore. So that's when I just started saying, all right, if they say that I have a country sound, I just started looking into country music. And my brother introduced me to Billy Currington, and I started listening to People Are Crazy, Must Be Doing Something Right. These are songs from him, and I fell in love with country because country tells stories. Country sets the mood. A lot of people think country music is a downer. To an extent, sure.
Oh yeah, so that eternal fight between rappers and country musicians.
Oh yeah.
The rappers always say like, oh, you always talk about your truck, beer, and girls. And your hometown, and then the country musicians talk shit about the rappers, like, oh, you just talk about money and pussy and whatever stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I ended up steering away from rap music. Not that I was ever gonna be, you know, a rapper or things like that. I just steered away from it completely. Not even, I don't listen to it no more. You know, because everything became cliche. And, you know, personally, everyone has their opinions, and everyone's gonna like their music. I still bump heads to the rhythm of the beat, but that's all I can do because that's all that's good right now. There are some rappers out there that have great lyrics, you know, great stories, and they're really, Tupac, you know, they tell you how it is, you know, and I respect that. So I'll listen to that music, and it's really cool. But for the majority of right now, when it comes to the rap genre, I don't mess with it. It's not my forte. It's not my expertise. So I just, you know, I leave that to be their own. And that's where I started steering more towards country because country was story, country was feeling, country was setting the mood. If it's a love song, it's a great love song. It talks about loving, it talks about being intimate, never using the word sex, never using, you know, the words like in rap, fuck, you know, things like that. And country music, it's quite the opposite, you know, and it gives you a good feel. And I guess what I see now is like on YouTube, you have a lot of these YouTube channels of very influenced people that love rap music, and they're now reacting to country music for the first time. And they're really into it, and they're really loving country music.
And you can tell that nowadays more artists are getting into country a little bit. They are making collabs, like rock musicians or pop musicians are getting into like some collabs with country and stuff.
That's right. You know, I did see now, it's not even popular yet. It's not even rising. Like, it's just happening as we speak. There's a lot of country music that's been collabing with Christian music. So, you know, for those who are very religious, who like to listen to Chris Tomlin, you know, Chris Tomlin is doing a lot of collaboration with Brett Young, with Thomas Rhett, you know, all these major country artists right now. And it's an amazing sound, you know, because one, I love Christian music, you know, because growing up Catholic, you just, you know, you listen to it, you feel for it, and it becomes part of you. And listening to country, it's kind of almost the same. And when you get them together, it's just, you know, it's the best of both worlds, and it's just amazing.
Of course, yes. For some people, like, sometimes I kind of feel jealous for people who truly believe in a God. Because I don't know, like, man, like lives goes all around, and I ended up just being agnostic.
Okay.
Like I believe that something above me, not specifically a God. I respect everybody, but sometimes I feel jealous about religious people because they're like all the time happy, and sometimes I ask myself lots of questions that get me to anxiety and stuff like that. But that's another topic, man. I don't want to get too much into religion.
No
we don't
worries.
want to make this
No worries. You know, hey, everyone has their journey, and who am I to judge? Because that's not my job here.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, everyone has to be respected for what they believe in.
Of course.
You know,
as long as they respect me, I respect them.
That's the beauty.
Up.
That's the beauty right there.
Yes.
And I wish people are more like that. You know, more understanding. You know,
Yes.
we see a lot of politics and things like that, and then especially on Facebook, if you didn't agree with what I believe in, unfriend me. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I can respect you and have my different
Yeah, and I
views.
mean, there's like, of course, different stuff. Like, I can agree with you of not believing in the same God and the same religion, but I won't be okay if you're racist and or stuff like that. You know, like there's different
moral and ethics involved, that's when you
yeah,
know
like yes. There's something that's it's religion, maybe it's food, like some topics that don't really bothers me. But then there's like
something where you just gotta speak your mind.
Yeah, like this guy is racist, this guy is misogynist or stuff like this. Like, okay, I can like get away from those people. There's of course different.
Yeah, it's all about feeling as well. You know, right now in this day and time, it's all about feeling. If you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling this kind of person, then you want to steer clear from that.
Yeah.
So I get you.
Yeah. Are you planning on posting your own music? Because I know that you make a lot of shows. Actually, I met your band at the outlets.
Yeah.
I was like, I went with my dad to. I don't remember what we wanna buy. It was like kind of December.
It's Christmas time.
Yes, it was Christmas time. I remember y'all had these suits, like these Christmas suits. They look super cool. And you were playing, and I told my dad like, wait, because I love to see I love live music. So I told my dad, wait. He was like, okay, like 2 songs and we can go. And I was like, no, wait. So I finished till the end and I took some videos and then I got to y'all and to speak a little bit. But yeah, that's how I got to you.
That's right.
So, that's how I know y'all, and I know that you do for your shows. It's mainly covers.
Yes, for the most part, it's covers. Right now, our philosophy is while we are making music and we are writing our own music, if we have a show that's just 100% our music, one, it's going to be a really short show. 2, there's nothing that says where we gig that people are coming to see us. We gig in areas where people are gonna go regardless. And if there's gonna be a country night, we want to accommodate to the country genre. So we're gonna sing our favorite songs. We're gonna sing the songs that are hitting right now. We're gonna sing the songs that make you laugh. We're gonna sing the songs that are gonna make you cry. We're gonna sing some songs that are gonna make you reminisce the good and the bad. And we do our best to do our version of it, if not try to do almost identical. We try not to do it completely the same because we want to make our own twist,
Yes.
And for the most part, our set list does consist of covers,
I'm sorry, bro. There you go.
So most of our set consists of covers, and we want to keep it that way for a while, and slowly put in our music.
Like let's say like 3-4 songs covers, and then hey, this is my song, and then another cover, and hey, here's another song.
Yes.
To make people to know about your music.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the way we incorporate into our set is we'll talk about the song and what led to the writing of the song.
Yes.
And then we'll just write the song, or I'll write the song. We'll sing the song, or we do. If you're in this situation, because country says a story. So if you're in this situation, this song is for you, and we'll sing the song, and people are listening to it. They're not hearing the rhythm. They are hearing everything, but they're listening more than anything. They can hear it or they can listen, and that's usually what we face. As a musician, that's the 2 things you're fighting. You want people to listen and not hear. If people are hearing, they're just hearing you in the background. That's right.
They're listening. They're not paying attention. They're in another conversation, whatever.
That's right. And it's okay. It's 100% okay. But we do want to catch everyone's attention at least one point in the show. If we can have people just stop and look at the band because we said something, or we wrote us something, or we sang something that really hit home to them, that's the best feeling for us.
Yes.
So that's when it changes from a hearing perspective to a listening perspective.
Of course.
And that's what we do when it comes to our music. We will incorporate it and we'll announce it to where, hey, this is our song. If you like it,
yes,
let us know. And that's the way we've been doing it right now with our sets.
That's awesome. All right, man. So, any tip you would like to give to beginners?
To beginners, all right. When it comes to the beginning of their journey, there is never a right time, ever. And I mean this not just for your musical journey, not for your picking up an instrument journey, not for your learning a new song journey, anything in general. There will never be a right time to do anything. You like a girl, there's never going to be a right time to ask her out.
Just shoot your shot.
Just shoot it.
Yes.
Don't worry about timing. Just do it. And that's the best thing you can do. You got to do it and just tackle on whatever the repercussion is.
Yes.
It could be good, it can be bad. Learn on how to just learn to do it.
Yes.
And I mean learn to do it because some people just never learn, and a lot of people, if you ask, what do you mean by learning? You just do it. To some people, that's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, like my dad always tells me, when you want something, like go ask for it. They know you already have it. Maybe they can say yes, maybe they can say no. So
what's the worst
just go for it. Yeah. Yes.
Be afraid of rejection, in a sense that you're gonna get rejected, but don't be afraid to be rejected.
Yes.
You're always gonna have that fear, but just be acceptance of it. Like accept it.
Yeah, like nobody likes rejection.
No.
But it's part of life. And
yeah.
As you said, we gotta accept it. Like soak it up. It happened. Keep going.
Don't be afraid if people are not gonna like your music. Don't worry about that. Because if you worry about it, it's gonna show, and that's something that we faced and we struggled early on with our show. Right now, I can probably say that I got more confidence in the show. I got more confidence in my boys. I got more confidence in myself.
Yes.
Above all, to just go with the flow. And I can tell you right now, I mess up a lot. But
like everybody,
no one's gonna
yes.
know. No one's gonna know because you just if you make it known that you messed up, you already shot yourself.
Yes. You're shooting yourself in your feet.
And it's okay if you do. Just find your way to bounce back. So what I can say for the ones that are starting, you don't need a full band to start. Not really. It'd help if you have. Great. Whatever resources you have, take advantage of it. Allow yourself to understand what is it that you want. What is it that you want to accomplish? Write it down. Set a goal. Write it on a piece of paper. Give yourself a deadline and just do it. If you want to just do it today, do it today. I can tell you right now, I was struggling. This is already, the band is formed, and I wanted to get. No one's asking for us. No one wants us. That's the way I was feeling.
Yes.
And I talked with this guy. He's a good friend of mine. He's actually he's the owner of Prodigy Tees. He does our merchandise and our merchandise, right?
Yes.
And he helps me out, that way and through the business. And he tells me, don't be afraid. Just do it. Just go to a restaurant where they have live music. Ask if you can play. Don't even ask for the money. They're just, hey, can you play? If they like you, they're going to want you back. Just do it. And sure enough, he said, I want you to do it tonight. Do it tonight. Get as much as you can out of your boys to see if they're available, if they have time, and just do it. Make it a last minute thing. It's a pop-up. You just show up. And we showed up at this place called Wizardwick's Pizza.
Fuck yes. I love that place. I love their wings.
Heck yeah.
Their wings are
They're
good,
amazing.
man.
Yes.
They have these ones that it's like a mix of, I think buffalo and
And
lemon pepper.
Yeah,
Fuck, man,
that's
those
the.
are good.
We had that yesterday, if not the day before. Amazing, amazing.
They're great, and
Yeah.
the pizza is not bad at all.
No. They're best pizza to me.
And what I like from this place is that it's like a place out of Laredo. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's only
like Laredo needs more places like these ones that are different. Because
different.
you feel like you are in Austin or San Antonio when you get in there, like all rustic, like this vibe that they have. It's great, man.
Well, just like Austin's catchphrase is "keep Austin weird." There's that kind of weirdness into Wizard Wicks. It's not your traditional pizzeria. It's not your traditional restaurant. It's not your traditional hangout. It's its own entity. There's nothing you can compare it to, and it's just amazing. So when I showed up for the first time, I had a weird encounter with the owner. I asked, hey, is anyone playing tonight? And they go, no one's playing tonight. This is February. It's cold.
Yes.
No one shows up. Not a
because
lot of people show up.
Yes.
They don't book. And he goes, there's no one. And I wasn't speaking to the owner. I was just speaking to a worker. And then I go, hey, well, I have a band. And he goes, let me stop you right there. And they go, Wick. And they call the owner.
Yeah, he's a
He's
cool guy. I know.
He is really cool, down to earth, and he has that weirdness to him, but he's awesome. It's a good thing that you like from him. What makes Wick. So Eric Wickstrom shows up, and he goes, yes, what do you need? And I go, I have a band, and I wanted to play here. And he goes, all right, write your name, and we'll call you. Name and number, and we'll call you. And I go, no, you don't understand. And he goes, okay. I said, I want to play tonight for free. And he goes, fuck yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
Bet.
It's just like, I don't care.
Yes.
So it's like, all right, So I call everyone, hey, get the stuff, get the whole set. Let's give them a show. And we showed up. Took about an hour and a half to set up everything because it just does.
Yeah, just like this, a computer, two set of headphones, mic, two cameras, and the lights. It took me like 20 minutes around. Yeah.
So imagine setting up a whole tower,
the drums and stuff.
It took forever, but he didn't mind, and luckily there was a good amount of people outside.
That's nice.
And we started. I had a set list. I created one right off the bat, and all right, let's just wing it. So I told everyone, all right, let's do this. I'm cueing everyone like start in, and we made an intro. One of the best intros that I've experienced. With the band, and I can see Wick. He has a cigarette in his mouth, and he's serving pizza, and I see him walk out, and he looks at us. And he hears us. Okay. So he serves and he goes back in. And then he comes out with his tripod and his phone and he's really digging it. He's
nice, man.
He's really into it. And, I can't remember what he told me at the end of the show, but he pretty much told me fuck you in a positive way.
Yes.
And it was weird. It was a weird fuck you, pretty much,
It's like in Spanish when you say like chinga tu madre, güey. Like in that way that it's like damn, and it's great. Yes.
Like he was like, me sacaste de onda, like you.
Yes.
It was a bold move of what you did, and it paid off. And to this day, anything that I need, Wick is there.
That's what's up, man. Those are the moves that you gotta do. Like I really like when you just told me that you told him like no, you're not understanding. Like I wanna play tonight for free, but I just want like you shoot your shot.
Yeah, I shot it.
Yes.
There was nothing much we can do. We put a tip jar out there. We got free food, and we got tons of free food that night. And I think we made about in tips. And it ain't about tips, but it helps us continue.
Yeah,
it helps us pay for the equipment. It helps us buy more equipment when things break down.
Yes.
Because the guitar pops a string. You gotta buy new strings. You gotta pay for someone to do it if you want to. If you don't, it's fine. It's a lot of things that go into your property, your instruments. But we made about $150 in tips.
Man, that great for the first show.
For the first show, for showing up unannounced, for just winging it, and just nothing prepared, nothing rehearsed. I'm telling you, it was just a set list on the spot. Yes. It was just spontaneous.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
That was That's what we live for.
Yes.
And if someone were to call me, hey, can you show up tonight? I gotta check with my family. If hey, we're doing anything? No, we're not. All right, I'm gonna go.
That's nice. That's great. Yeah, I'm the same with photography. Like, yo, like I need a. There was like a month ago. No, it wasn't like. It was like 3 weeks ago. There was this guy who sent me a message like, yo, a friend of mine told me that you're a photographer, and I need a photo shoot as soon as you can. And I was like, okay, like, this dude like sounds
Like he needs it.
like he needs it. I was like, yeah, it was like, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, what kind of photo shoot do you want? And he's like, want a pregnancy photo shoot. My girlfriend is about to give birth, in more or less than a week, and all the photographers, everybody tells me that they are available in 2 or 3 weeks, and I cannot wait. And I was like, all right, are you able tomorrow? That day I didn't have anything to do, and he was like, yes, I'm able. How much do you want me to pay you? And I'm not like one of those dudes that when I see somebody in the hurry that charge more, like, oh, I can get more money because this guy is desperate. No, I'm like, I had this promo last month. I was like, yo, I have this promo. Is this and that? He's like, babe, thank you so much, bro. So that's how you start to letting people to know you.
Yes.
Getting outside there, man. That's
And one thing that I'm slowly realizing and learning is, no matter how far or high up I get there, we're always gonna have to be giving.
Yes.
As much as I want to charge every show and charge what I charge, it's not gonna happen. And I can tell you right now, for the most part, I think there's only one time in our lives, in the band's life, in the band's journey, in existence, that we've actually got paid what we charge for the show. Usually we work deals because at the end of the day, who are we to charge what we charge? I feel we charge a decent amount because of what goes in, and we're using this equipment day in, day out. It's getting weathered, it's taking a toll.
Yes.
And now I'm facing it because to this day, at this very second, our instruments are okay, but our system is dying.
Yes.
We already got the word like, hey, it's dying. For what you're using, it's dying. It's not gonna last very long.
Yeah, like by the time you get, let's say, a new guitar, the speaker is dying, and it's like, I gotta buy a new speaker. And when you buy that new speaker, the mic is failing, and it's just like stuff that you don't control.
Yeah, it's out of our reach. It happens. Like I can tell you right now, the whole thing that we're dealing with, we need to buy new wires because the wires that I was using, they're already messing up.
Yes.
So we need to buy different ones. Mic stands, they break, so you gotta buy better ones.
Yes, of course.
That's just where we're at. We need new mic stands, we need new mic wires, we need more mics so that everyone can be mic'd up to make our show more entertaining. It's not just me and my brother talking. Let's have a mic for the drummer. That way you can say something every now and then.
Yes.
You have it for the bass player, have it for the lead guitar player, And that's what we're at. But at the same time, we're also in this journey of trying to fundraise to record our music. There's a lot of money that gets involved, but you just gotta go with it, keep on rolling, and find ways to make money. If it ain't through music, it's through merchandise. If it ain't through merchandise, it's through fundraising. You gotta find all the obstacles. You gotta be a businessman. You gotta be an entrepreneur and find out ways to make money.
Yeah, nowadays, knowing about business is essential.
That's right. And then we can find sponsors, we can find people that want to donate, and in return we can do a show for them. There's always ways to work business. It doesn't have to always work with providing to just receive money and just a thank you card. You can provide a service. You always have to have a trade of an exchange. Either service, some goods, whatever the case may be. And that's just the way business works. Trade. It's all trade.
Yes.
Usually trade is currency, but trade.
Sometimes you trade your time. Sometimes you trade money. Sometimes it's, as you said, it's about trading.
Yeah. Like for example, let's say I need a photography, right? I need a photographer. I need a photo shoot done. And then in exchange, let's say you have a birthday coming up. Hey, you host a birthday party, we'll be there for free. Trade. You do a free photo shoot, we'll do a free show. And it's a common trade. A lot of things. It happens to this day.
Yes.
My brother, he's an artist. He'll do trades for different kinds of currency.
Yeah, of
it ain't
course.
just money. It's things that he might need or they all just help each other out. That's just what business is about, helping each other out, because we all want to see each other grow. Supporting local and always supporting.
Yeah, actually, today this dude, he sent me a message and he's like, "Yo, I'm a singer. I'm recording my music. I'm planning on throwing my new album, whatever." And I wanted to throw my album at the same time with a music video, and a friend of mine told me that you make videos also. And I was like, bet, you should. And I told him, I know how it is to be starting and nobody helping you. So I told him, I like to help local artists that are starting. So I was like, I cannot do it totally for free, but instead of charging you this, I'm gonna charge you this other. And he was like, bet, man, thank you so much. Like, we gotta help each other.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's just what it is,
Yes.
And right now, before this whole virus, there was a lot of competition, with the local bands within the local level competing each other, But now, I mean, I never competed with anybody. Yeah, there might be some bad blood in between with some of the other artists towards me or me towards them. But at the end of the day, at this point in time, I have no bad blood with anybody. I hope they have none with me. And if they do, what can I do? I just pray for them.
Yes.
And I hope we can work together soon, and nothing but love, because I want to see you grow and I want to see myself grow. I'm not going to tarnish from you. It's just going to be competition. If we're in the same race, hey, it's friendly competition.
Yes, like the race is going to be up there. Let's just hope for the best. Like,
that's right, just wing it,
Just go for it. Do whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
Whoever works more for it is gonna be up there.
That's right. And at the end of the day, that's just what it is. It's just a game. It's a game, and you play the game, and to see how far you can go.
Yes,
that doesn't mean you're not good. Doesn't mean you're good. You're bad. Don't mean none of that. Sometimes it's just your worth ethic. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you're not. It's a game. You gotta play it right. You gotta put your cards right. And if you have a bad move, we'll try to find a way to step up and go up from that. It's just what it is.
Yes, sir. So I know your band played at the Jalapeno Festival here in Laredo. How was it? How you got it? How you got that spot? Because I mean, it's not like it's a local festival. It's not it's not big as Austin city limits, but for Laredo, it's a huge thing for Laredo.
Because there's only once a year that Laredo gets a lot of traffic.
Yes.
The WBCA, and what does the WBCA consist of? Taste of Laredo. You got the jalapeno, you got the menudo, and then you got some more festivities that I'm drawing a blank right now. The car show, air show, and I showed up. I showed up to the radio station of Gather Communications, Big Bug 98.1, and I spoke with the manager, and I went there because I wanted to ask for something, and I'm trying to remember now why I showed up. Okay, so I think I remember. We have a buddy of ours that was working there, and we asked him, and he talked to my drummer. They ran into each other at Walmart. And they said, talks about throwing an idea of me being part of one of those shows. And what I mean by me, I mean us, the whole band.
Yes.
So when they wanted us there, but he wanted to talk to me, I was like, because, I kind of make the decisions for the band. I get their input, but at the end of the day, my word is the last word, So I go and I make the meetings and I run the business of the band. So I go for the meeting and they asked me if I want to be part of the Menudo Bowl. I said, okay. I said, why the Menudo Bowl? Well, because we have this country artist. His name is Mark Powell, and he has a couple songs right now that are hitting the charts. They're all at number 1 through 10. So he's up there.
Yes.
And he's making break. And he said, we want a contest from him, and he's gonna come over to the Menudo Bowl as our headliner. So we want a country opener. And everyone thought of you. It's like, oh, okay.
That's nice.
We'll do it. We'll do the Menudo Bowl. So while we were there, they sat down and they go, let me see here. What else can you do as far as events? I just said any and every. And,
Yeah.
okay, so we'll have you for the car show, we'll have you for the air show, and then we'll have you finish off the. You're gonna do the noodle bowl, open up, and then you're gonna finish up the jalapeno with the local steak, and then we'll throw in the HEB extravaganza. So we did
Yes.
we did almost every WBCA event that had live music.
Yes.
We only missed one. And the year prior, we did that one and only.
Yeah, so you already have all the gems.
Mm-hmm. Right? All the Infinity Stones. Yeah. So the first one is a Taste of Laredo. And 2 years prior, I want to say February of 2019 February is when it's the kickoff, right? Taste of Laredo is the kickoff of the WBCA celebration, which is Washington Birthday Celebration Association, right?
Yes.
So we ended up doing the Taste of Laredo that year, and we had country artists Maureen Ashley and Clay Hollis right after us, and it was awesome getting to meet them and getting to hang out with them. But we started off, and people loved it. We kicked off the Taste of Laredo. We kicked off the WBCA.
Yes.
And next year we were excited to do it again, and they said no, right? But they made up for it with the entire other WBCA.
Yes.
And it was the Taste of Laredo where the president of the WBCA goes, "Hey, where's the RickyRam band? Why aren't they here at the Taste of Laredo?"
Oh shit.
So they're like, "Oh, they weren't able to be here, but they'll be here for the rest of the shows." They're like, "Oh, okay."
Bet.
So we did the air show, we did the car show, we did the Menudo Bowl Jalapeno Festival, and then we did the HEB firework extravaganza.
Yes, you know that you're doing something great when people are asking like, "Hey, where are they? I want them.
Yes. And it's always nice to hear those things. You know, the first time we heard something like that was when we got asked to do the Jamboozy. One of the presidents of the Jamboozy, the club, I forget what it's called, the council. She saw our show at the farmers market. We would do the farmers market when we couldn't go out, you know. And we did the farmers market, and she showed up and said, "Who are they?" And it was just me and my drummer. And he goes, "Oh, they're the RickyRam band. They do music." It's like, "I want them for Jamboozy." It's like, "All right, so I'll ask them." And sure enough, they asked us, and we're like, "Yeah, we'll do it," you know. And exposure is good exposure. And we opened up for Morgan Ashley again. For the first time actually, there at Jamboozy, and we opened up for a country artist called Frank Ray. And little fact about him, he wasn't born in Laredo, but he was raised in Laredo.
Yeah.
And he is making it big time right now. He is amazing.
That's nice.
He's doing
That's
great
nice.
things, you know. And we got to talk to him for a bit.
Is he the one that has this song called Laredo?
No. He does not have that song. I know what you're talking about. I think that's.
I don't really know.
I remember the artist's name, but
Yes.
I should know it. It's shame on me for not knowing it. But he has actually the song Tequila Mockingbird, Drive, and Every Time You Run. Those are 3 big hits right now. And oh man, he was great performer.
That's awesome.
You know? And we learned a thing or two from him.
Yeah.
And but when we played at that Jamboozy before him, they had a big time Tejano artist in the main stage. And they told us that we were taking away some of their fans. That people were coming to come see us. Because they could hear us and they wanted to know who we were. They kept on blowing up Big Buck's phone. The president of WBCA and not WBCA, the president of Jamboozy, it's like, who's playing at the country stage? Why are they getting so much traffic? And it's the RickyRam band, you know, and they're playing. And they're like, let's get them for next year. And sure enough, we played next year too.
That's great.
So, you know, a lot of blessings, and we count our blessing. It's always great to have these I guess memories and these stories, and to be part of it, and just to be blessed to be, you know, someone that they consider.
Yes.
You know, and you know, always pay it forward. You know, always be nice. Never be what the industry might call you as cocky. You know, never be that kind of person. You always want to be that kind of guy that just says yes, thank you, and you know, always be grateful.
Yes.
You know, you treat the trash man the same you treat the CEO with respect, because everyone's a person.
Yes.
And that's just what we do. we don't want to look upon anybody. None of us do. And if we ever do, we have each other to put ourselves back in our place.
Of course, like, ¿qué onda?
Yeah. There's a lot of fights. There's a lot of
Yes.
fights because there's a lot of scuffles, there's a lot of disagreements when it comes to the band.
Yeah, of course, because nobody thinks this exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
You have the idea, but sometimes, let's say, you think about a number 7 and your brother about number 9, and then the guitarist about the number 4, and it's like, bro, I want the 7. No, I want the 4, and just like little fights, like, even if it's country, if it's music.
Yeah.
Everybody with their mates have some disagreements.
And that's never gonna change.
Yeah, and
You
it's part
just
of it.
gotta
It's
cope
part of
with
it.
You gotta cope with it. You gotta understand it. You gotta deal with it properly. If dealt with not properly, you get band breakups, or you have to replace.
Yes.
And that's not something you want to do. And unfortunately, it's something that has to be done. And there's a rule that says it has to be done at least once in your band's career. And luckily, we've had a joy that we haven't had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We've had fiascos and we had fights, but everyone comes to a mutual agreement and understanding, and they all want to see each other grow, and they want to grow with the band.
Yes, that's nice, man. Well, are you planning on some future shows?
Featured shows, like we invite someone to our show, like another band. Is what you
No,
saying?
like after the pandemic gets over,
And we become an opener, or
no, like some shows that you wanna do with your band, like just
Oh, sure. Before the pandemic, we were gonna open up for Randy Rogers.
Randy Rogers sounds familiar. I like country, but I
Definitely.
just listen to the music. I actually have my country playlist on Spotify,
So-
but I don't really focus on the names.
Sure. Randy Rogers is famous here in Laredo. He's the one that sings you've been on my mind, and I wish you were here.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
that's the
like,
one. That's
yes,
right.
yes.
So we were gonna open up for him. They called us last minute, so they had done all the flyers. They didn't have our name on it. They had Kenfo, great country band, and also great local band, Kix Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
They had them opening up, and they were gonna throw us into the mix. And pandemic came, and everything got rescheduled. And to this day, it's still up in the air. We don't know when it's gonna happen, if it's gonna happen. But right now, they're celebrating 20 years of being a band.
Oh shit.
Randy Rogers, that's right. And they're my idols. Randy Rogers is just a great
Yes.
great band. So just with them, I would like to open up for them. We did a thing where we opened up. Well, we already opened up for Mark Powell at the Menudo Bowl out of his, and getting to know him was an awesome treat. I tell you that much too. We got to know him. We got to experience him. We got to dissect his brain a bit. We just started asking questions. We did our own interview.
That's amazing.
And we got to know him, and we became good friends. We ended up taking him to Wizard Wicks that night.
Oh,
After Menudo Bowl, we did
yes.
Wizard Wicks, and Eric Wick, he was so upset. But not upset. He was just bummed out because he had just that day. He was celebrating the joy of meeting his granddaughter. So the granddaughter was being born, so he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
No, so
damn it.
he missed out. But he saw that we brought him to Wick, and we had a blast that night. Blast. It was fun, and we made some new friends. And Mark Paul ended up inviting us to SPI not even 2 weeks later. So we ended up doing a little small thing in SPI too.
That's what's up, bro. Getting those contacts, like those stories that you can tell to your children someday.
Yeah, all these stories, and we're really 3 years in, and we already have so much stories.
Yes.
And I guess one of the things that I would want to be featured in or want to be part of, I would like to make, and I want to scratch the surface of the Texas Country Music Association. I want them to know who we are. I want for them to recognize who we are. I want to get to that level. I want to put our music on the radio. I want people to start requesting our music on the radio.
Yes.
I'd like to open up for big time artists like Josh Abbott, Luke Combs, Cody Johnson.
Fuck, Luke Combs, man. And someday you never know that.
Hopefully.
That is, there's this festival in California that is just country music.
Yeah.
It's what's it called? Is it like Lollapalooza but just country?
They told me
It looks like
around.
you haven't set up any HomeKit accessories. You can connect smart
All right,
devices
Siri.
like light swaps
Shut
and
up.
thermostats in the Home app.
We got crashed by Siri. But yeah, I can't remember. They told me the name, but yeah, there is a country festival in California, and I went over to California for the first time. I want to say around July. I want to say I went to go meet my girlfriend's family, and it was a treat. But I would love to go play in Vegas. You know, I'd like to go
Oh,
play
shit.
in Moon Hall.
Play all
San
around,
Antonio.
right?
I want to hit Corpus. I want to hit San Antonio. Somewhere where I can travel, play, and come home. You know.
Yes.
But I would also like to hit Dallas, Houston, spend the night, come home, Austin. You know.
Yeah, live that rockstar life just a
Definitely.
little bit because
Just,
I,
you know,
I have met
enjoy it.
some artists that made it big, and they tell me like, bro, the tours are pain in the ass. You don't get to be at home. You gotta be traveling all the time. But at the end of the day, it's a good experience.
Yeah, you know, with me, I'd like to travel and tour, and I might be in that situation at one point. I hope I am in that situation at one point because that means I'm touring, you know.
Of course.
But I'll have a different perspective because I just love to travel. I like to sightsee, you know, traveling
Yeah, meet
to
new
Arizona.
people, talk with the local people, know about them, and then way better if you are able to play there.
Yeah, you know, definitely. And you know, one of the short-term goals that I'd like to do is when everything sets up and clear. You know, Robert Ray is a rising country artist who's out in Alice, I believe. He's from over there, and he's gonna have shows, and I would like to be there for him. You know, I'd like to open up for
Yes.
him. You know, and that's just one of those things. I got the chance to talk to him through social media, and that's a real treat. You know, with social media, you get
That's
to
how
talk
you
to.
start.
Yeah. And I told him, you know, I appreciate your work. I love your music. You know, big fan. He's like, hey, I've heard of you guys with Wick. You know, Eric
Yeah.
Wick. You know, he's just a cool guy. He's helped us out too. You know, so much. You know, and best thing I can do is give back.
Yes.
You know, and that's just where we're at. But those are the things that I would see in the future. I want to make sure that I'm busy every weekend. You know, having 1 or 2, maybe 3 shows a weekend. That
That's
makes
nice.
the band busy. That's what, if we say there's 4 to 5 weeks into a month, 3 times 5, that's 15 shows a week. You know, keeping ourselves
Yeah.
busy, keeping ourselves relevant, that spikes up everything. Our social media comes up, more income for the band.
Working
we can
for
buy
it.
more system, buy a van, you know,
Yes.
things like that. You know, we're right now we're searching, but we're nowhere near the market for it. You know,
Yeah, imagine that day when you have enough money to buy a van where you can put all your equipment and then put your logo on it, and
yeah.
and somebody like, yo, let's go now. The tour is starting next week. We gotta get in the road right now.
That's right, you know.
Yes.
And I live for that. You know, be careful on the road. Definitely, you're gonna miss home. Sure.
Yes.
But right now, at this point in time, it's only gonna be a short tour. If it becomes a tour.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Got you.
But that's just what we're at, and we're just high hopes, you know, positive feelings, and you know, hoping for the best.
Yes, sir. And something else that you wanna close with?
Yeah. Again, when it comes to music, music is all around us. Just like the way it says in the movie August Rush. I don't know if you remember that movie. Have you seen that movie?
The what?
August Rush. It's a
No, I haven't
beautiful
seen it.
movie. I encourage you, if you haven't seen it, see it. It's literally all about music. And this boy, his name is not really August Rush, but that's his stage name, right? He becomes orphaned, and he was very gifted with the gift of music. Not
Yes.
necessarily reading it or understanding it, but he always had that music. He was always musically inclined.
Yes.
And he had this very powerful message at the end of the movie. And he goes, music is all around us. All you gotta do is listen. Because at the end of the day, the rhythm of the cars passing by becomes a rhythm, you know. Your heartbeat is a rhythm. You can make music out of anything, and you've seen them in videos. You know, music is being created out of nothing. So listen to music, follow the music, and let music be your escape.
Yes.
And always unwind. And the best way to unwind is music, which is why In movies, there's a lot of background music. You might not remember that it's there, but you'll hear
Yes.
it. And never let music tear you down. Always have that feel good music. If you want to feel sad, there's music for that.
Yeah,
if you
of
want to
course.
feel happy, there's music.
There's
for
music
that.
for everything.
A life without music is just isn't worth living.
Actually, last week I was with some friends recording this video,
Yeah.
and they're musicians too. Actually, the first episode, Paul, and the second one, Justin.
Yeah.
I was with them, and then we made. I think it was Justin who asked this question. He was like, "Would you be down to spend one day, one entire day, 24 hours without music?" And we all were like, "Fuck no!" Like no.
I can try, but I'm gonna make music trying.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can
just
do
like
it.
just something out of nowhere.
Yeah, your leg is gonna shake, and you're gonna just
You
gonna
start doing
tap it,
something
yeah.
just because you want like the sweetness in the day. Yeah, like imagine a movie without background music.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what it was before.
Yes.
And I tell you this much, as a musically inclined person, you can't really go 24 hours without music because you're gonna create music. Like
Yes.
you're gonna start singing, you're gonna start doing humming,
Mm-hmm.
and it's real difficult. A lot of people take it for granted. It's just one of those things that we just are used to, and we forget the beauty of it.
Yes.
And we just neglect it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But music is around you. Music is everything. Music is your life. You want to work out, you gotta put it in your workout music.
That Beast Mode playlist. Boom.
That's right. You're sad, you're depressed, you want to be alone. You put your depressing songs.
Yes.
You're going through a bind. You're really down. You have that music. You're really excited. You want to hear upbeat music. On your way somewhere or doing something. You dance.
Mm-hmm.
So dance has rhythm. You're thinking of a song.
Yes.
So it just life without music it's
Isn't worth it to
No.
be lived. Yeah. All right, man. I don't know what was going on with the cameras.
no worries.
That one, I know. Well, that one is taking too much space in my SD cards, and this one just stopped working out of nowhere. But I'm gonna put an image in the background for YouTube. For Spotify, they won't notice it.
That's right.
But I really appreciate that you came, that you gave this conversation.
Hey, well, thank you for having me. Real appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Something else that I want to say. Keep it up, guys. If you like this podcast, share it with your friends, share it with your family, with whoever you think they will like it, with beginners in music.
Yeah. And if I may, my voice kind of cracked there, but if you guys are starting off in music, or you want to learn a guitar, you want to learn music, if you want to ask me personally something, you can just look me up on Facebook or Instagram. Look up the band, RickyRam Band. Shoot a message. I'll definitely see it, and I'll get back to you. In case you have questions, if you see that we're in a position that you want to be in, and to me that's a blessing if we are. If you want to ask us questions, by all means, shoot us a question. If you want to ask any questions, just by all means shoot us a message. If you want to ask Manolo anything on behalf of me, shoot him a message. He'll ask me or anything.
Oh,
like that.
sure. Yes, sir.
So it's just one of those things. We gotta help each other out. Just like in the song Tim McGraw, it's called Humble and Kind. And one of the lyrics says, help the next one in line, and always be humble and kind.
Yeah, somebody help you. Why not helping somebody else?
That's you gotta give back. Pay it
Yes.
forward. Always
Yes,
pay
sir.
it forward. Like helping out. I help out my grandparents, and they feel compelled to pay me. And it's gotten so bad to where you can't argue your way out. You're gonna have to receive that 20, that 5,
Yes.
that 10. And to me, I don't want to take money from them. So what do? Usually on my route back home, there's always someone out there that's begging, that needs money.
Mm-hmm.
I give them that money. I paid it forward,
Yes.
And not because to announce it or to say, hey, look at me. You pay it forward. I'm using that as an example because sure, I might have needed that $20, but someone's gonna need those money a little more.
Yes.
And it goes a long way when you just help that someone out,
Yes, sir.
So always be good, always be good. At least that's the way I see it.
Yes, sir. Well, this was a great podcast, and I think that's it. Ciao.
Ciao. You have a good one.